These next 5 months are going to be life changing, for sure. Okay. Hi, what's going on? Welcome to the channel. My name is Leek. Just here to share my journey, share my experiences, share my life. I'm a DJ, content creator, host. I live in Miami, go back and forth between here and Ohio where I moved from. So it's been a while since I've uploaded a video, but we are here. I got a new setup, got a new light, got a new lens, so I'm feeling good. But there's honestly no excuses. I should have been making my stuff, but it's okay because we're back. And these next 5 months are going to be interesting. They're going to be great. They're going to be life-changing. They're going to be elevating. And that is because, as I'm sure in the title you can tell, I have made the choice to go sober again. Now, I've been sober before, but I did it for 3 months and then I went back. And for me to go sober that first time was honestly a huge deal, because as a DJ, most, if not, I don't want to say all, I don't want to sound like an alcoholic. Most of my life revolved around drinking. A lot to do besides like drink. And if you're watching this, and if you're from the Midwest, or, oh, I live in the Midwest, there's tons of things to do. I understand that. But let me preface it like this. In Ohio, when it's nice out, because the weather's so bipolar, what do? We drink. When it's like cold out, what do? You drink. Football season, you drink. Summer, you drink. Like, I can't speak for any other states or cities, but like, I just know where I was, we found a reason to drink for everything. And especially being a DJ, oh yeah. I mean, I'm in the clubs, I'm in the bars every single weekend, getting a tab. People are like, do you want a shot? Do you want a shot? And of course, I was like, yes, of course. Yeah, bring them out. And I love tequila. So people are like, tequila? There's a 99.9% chance I was saying yes. So yeah, a lot of my life for the past 12 years has revolved around drinking, and drinking heavily. And ever since I've moved to Miami, I've been kind of more on a health kick. I've really just tried to eat better, work out more. Obviously, it's a lot sunnier here, so try to get outside more, which honestly, I still don't even do enough of that. But it's a lot better than when I was living in Ohio. And so lately, I've really been into a lot of self-help, self-development kind of stuff. And I've done a lot of deep work. I've done a lot of reading. I've done a lot of meditating. I've done the journaling, and I've made progress. But I always felt like there was one last thing that was holding me back, and it's drinking. And I don't want to make it seem like I said, I'm an alcoholic or I have an addiction, but I was doing it a lot. There's a lot of social drinking, as I'm sure many of us do. It was a lot of, when I'm DJing, I'm drinking. Sunday brunch, let's grab a drink. Football's on, so I never have really been like the kind of person like that just drinks at the house or, has a wine night. It was more so if I'm out, I'm gonna have a couple drinks or we're gonna get after it. But the problem is, I was always out. And so I came to the conclusion that drinking was one of my last biggest hurdles that I needed to overcome if I wanted to make the real progress in my life that I had envisioned for myself, physically, mentally, and spiritually. I have physical goals of just looking a certain way and getting to a certain shape and a certain physique. And with the amount that I was drinking, that was not going to happen. Mentally, and I'm sure a lot of you can relate to this, the anxiety that I would get after drinking was starting to become terrible. My hangovers getting worse and worse year after year. The anxiety I had the next day, worse and worse. And I'm not saying I made like the worst decisions, but I definitely made a lot of decisions that I didn't personally like for my life. A lot of waking up, damage control, looking at text messages, looking at my story and being like, are we good? Did I say anything? Do I need to delete anything? And that's not really the brand or the rep that I want to have for myself as I progress in life. And so I just came to a conclusion. I'm like, okay, well, if I really want to do and be the person that I say that I am, then this needs to stop. Then we need to quit. And the interesting thing is, I was talking to a friend of mine who is a fitness trainer. He rarely drinks. I said, yeah, man, you know, I'm thinking about drinking. I know if I do, I'll feel so much better, or I'll do so much better, like whatever. And he said, the fact that you know that you'll feel better and that you'll do better, but you won't stop, is not a good sign. Actually, let me see what he said. Let me go back to the thing. He said, from one brother to another, the amount of confidence you have in knowing how much greater you'd be without it, yet still contemplating taking another sip, is actually kind of wild if you truly think about it. This is why we need good people in our corner. And I thought about it. I was like, I know how much better I will feel. I know how much clarity I'll have. I know how much less anxiety I will have because I've done it before. I did it for 90 days, 90 to 100 days, and I felt great. Then I went back. And so I really had to look in the mirror and be like, no, you kind of have a problem. It may not be as big of a problem as you think, but you have a problem and you got to fix it. So I'm very excited for these next 5 months. No drinking, no liquor at all. No, not a sip, not a celebratory sip, not one shot. I don't want to do anything. I want to fully commit to just putting my mind to it and accomplishing it and really testing my limits. My goals are to hit the gym 4 to 5 times a week, get those 10K steps in. Hitting macros. To everyone that hits their macros daily, yo, you are different. You are built different. That's my biggest struggle right now, is getting my protein in. But to hit my macros most I can, and to really just rewire my brain to be the healthiest it's ever been, to be the sharpest it's ever been, and honestly to just feel creative and lively without thinking that I need to be lit or to be drunk. And that was one of my biggest struggles too, is like, will I be fun? Like, will I still be fun to hang around? Like, will I still be as creative? Because, you know, the drinking helps me get loose for my sets. Like, will my sets still be as good? And the answer, simply is yes, you can be, because that's innately who you are. You are a creative person. You are a fun person. Does the alcohol amplify it? Yes, but you don't need it. And that's what I want to teach my brain and my body, is just like, yo, we don't need this to have a fun life. We don't need this to be loose. We don't need this to be creative. That is who we are already. Life can still be amazing without this poison that we're injecting into our body. And then you always have the question, you know, will I ever drink again? I think if someone asked me that, my question is, I'm going to not drink for as long as I can. And I don't want to say like I'm never going to drink again, because that never works. But I'm definitely going to say to the end of this year, no drinking. And I think by that, I just won't want to drink. Like, it just won't be a smart investment. It'll be like, for what? For why? And that's what I want to get to. I want to get to that point where I'm like, oh, for what? Why do I need to do it? So yeah, I appreciate you guys embarking on this journey with me. If you are currently sober, or you're going sober, I'd love to hear your comments. I'd love to hear the hurdles you faced, how you overcame it, how you feel, how you've been feeling, the struggles you're going through now if you're trying to start. And I look forward to showing you guys and telling you guys about the results that I have on December 31st. But I'm gonna take you through this journey month by month and just keep you updated. So until then, I'll cheers you with my water. Clink, clink. Guys, have a good one. Peace. Oh yeah, like and subscribe.